Shit.
Tit.
A bit. Okay, you can stop.
So wait, how are we starting? Like, how did we start our other one?
Hi, my name is Oya.
Oh,
My
okay.
name is
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and together we're high five.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Chat Fam podcast. I'm Oya.
I'm a Mirza.
And I'm Sam.
Woo! Welcome back.
And with the chat.
How are you guys? How's
Yeah,
everyone?
Pretty good.
I'm good.
Pretty good.
Eid
Thanks for
Mubarak.
asking.
Oh, is this according to time? Anyway. I was
Yeah,
like, no,
well,
when
happy
well, it was Eid Mubarak, so the past couple of days. Anyway, we thought it would be cool for this episode to talk about our trips to Indonesia, the motherland where we felt in touch with our roots.
Indonesia tanah
Where we
airku.
felt, yeah, exactly. Do you know the Indonesian anthem?
I don't know.
Wow. Do you know the Australian anthem?
Australians.
Disappointed in you. Like,
Anyways, we just thought it would be cool for all the fellow Indonesians out there to reminisce with us and be like, oh yeah, that happens to me too every time I go Indo. And I guess for those of you who haven't been to Indo, I guess we hope we can provide a glimpse into what Indonesia's like.
you should go.
And to
No
prove that
excuses.
it really is more than just Bali, okay, for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess I'll start off by asking you guys, what was your first trip to Indo, if what you remember from it?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
I think.
Really?
Yeah, you go first.
I think the earliest like I can think of is back in 2000 when the 2000 Olympics
That
was happening.
late?
Yes.
Oh, from what you can
yeah,
remember.
what I can remember. Yeah, that's when I went to Indonesia. But yeah, I don't know. How about you guys?
Do you remember why you went? Was it just...
I think it was just visiting family. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, mainly family. My grandma and like my aunties and uncles lived there. Probably the earliest memory that I remember would be I was either 5 or 6, and they made me try out like school there. So they made me wear the uniform, and I remember being on a swing, and my mum was gone, and I was crying for her, and I was eating like nasi goreng, which is like
Yum.
fried rice, and all the other kids are like, who's this dumbass that can't speak? I'm like, I just can't speak Indonesian at the time. But yeah, that was my earliest memory. Yeah.
I don't remember my first actual trip, but I have like a moment that I remember. And I don't know, is that possible? I was 3 years old, I remember. And the reason I went was because it was my grandma's funeral. And I just remember being scared to like look at her face. And then my mum kind of like forced me. She like carried me to like look at her in the casket. That's kind of morbid, I know.
no.
But yeah, like the image of that is like forever ingrained in my memory. But the trip that I actually have more memories of was in like the 2000s when I actually went, which is really random, with like Tante Tuti's family, which is a family friend, and we went to Singapore transit, because I don't know if you guys remember back in the day there were no flights from Sydney to Jakarta just immediately.
I didn't
it was
know
like
that.
you had
It
to
was
transit.
always at like...
Oh no, it's always like Bali.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bali,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it
or
was
Singapore.
Bali, yeah.
So for me, I remember it was
Yeah.
Singapore. I loved going on Singapore Airlines because you could watch movies. I don't know if you guys remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, we went there first, and I remember Andy slipping on vomit during that trip, which is really random. I know, but that's like the only memory that I
What do you
have
mean
from that
slipping
trip.
on vomit?
We were at a hotel and we were coming out of the elevators, and then my brother slipped on vomit. He didn't see it, or he was running away from someone. And then I remember the cleaning lady was like skitzing it.
That's
Anyway, where do you guys normally stay in when you go Jakarta? When you go Indo?
It's usually just family houses. So.
But like what area of Indo?
Surabaya, Jakarta.
Oh, you go Surabaya? That's
yeah.
so cool.
But that's
What's it like in Surabaya?
It's like a standard city, I guess. Like
City?
yeah, it's a
Okay.
yeah, it's a main city. We got the big shopping malls. Yeah, that's what I can remember or recall.
Where
Yeah.
do you normally stay?
Jakarta.
Oh,
So, well, we used to be more... Like, we used to actively go more towards, like, Java and where my grandfather's from. Oh, my God. Where's he from? Oh, God! I like Ranau. That's, yeah, Ranau is where, like, and that's, like, village. Like,
Proper
village where
Yeah.
you like riding horses and you see
That's
the
sick.
farmers and
I
stuff
love
like that. But Jakarta was probably where we would go to the most because my dad's side was more from like Medan, which is like quite far away. But yeah, most of us do live in Jakarta. So most of my like dad's brothers and sisters lived in Jakarta as well. So, but mainly my grandmother's house. So my grandmother's house, all of my aunties and uncles would live there too.
Yeah.
And my cousins.
Yeah, that's same as me. I'm always in Jakarta because that's where all my family is. So for those of you who don't know, Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia. How would you guys describe Jakarta to people who haven't
Busy.
been there?
Very
Especially
busy.
if I to Sydney.
Traffic jams.
Traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
shopping. People going because they talk so fast.
Oh my God,
Jakartans
yeah.
talk so fast.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
It's because they're always on the
Even
rush,
like
on the
my
go.
mum doesn't understand. Like we'd go eat somewhere and the lady will say something. My mum doesn't know what she's saying. She goes, "Apachut." I'm like, I don't know. Oh, you're the Indo one. I mean, you're the proper Indo one here.
Yeah, most of my family live in Jakarta, so they talk really, really fast.
Yeah. What about our favorite places we've been to in Indo? So besides Jakarta, do we have a favorite place?
I have a definitive answer.
Oh, here we go.
Karimun Jawa. Have to
where's
go.
that?
It's a island, a very, very small island, which you can literally like ride your bike around.
That's so cool.
Motorcycle, I mean, not pedal bike.
What
But,
like part of?
It's like north of like Solo, like the Java area. So
Yeah.
we took a bus, all of us as a family. It was mainly most of my cousins, and we drove. It took about like a couple of days to drive all the way to Solo, and then we stayed there. We had like this 5-star resort because in Indonesia everything's cheap. And then we hopped on a cruise towards Karimun Jawa, and we stayed at this place called Floating Paradise, and it was literally a house on the water, like on top of the water.
Yeah.
Like you shit in the water as well.
Oh, what?
Oh wow.
So like you'll like which is poop again from the last episode. In the toilet, and if someone was watching you from outside, you just see the poop.
Ew, really?
Out of the water.
Oh my
But it would
God.
like float to the other side, but on the other side of the place, because where the water would flow, the poop would never go there. So it was basically like the electricity was running on a generator. So it was out in the middle of nowhere, like you'd see the stars for the first time in Indo, because in Indo you'd never see the stars.
Yeah.
And like in the morning you can like just come out of your room and jump straight in the water and have a swim.
That's so cool.
It was really nice. That's my number one. Like blue
Say
water.
it again.
Karimun Jawa.
Karimun
I can't say
Jawa.
that. I'm too Aussie.
Coba.
We need
Karen
and Kenneth.
and a J-way.
What?
I tried to say Jawa, the most Aussie, like.
Oh, J-Way. Oh, okay. Oh.
What about you?
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I don't have a favorite place, but just basically Jakarta. Like it has everything there. I feel like I've been to not every club, but I've been to majority of the clubs in Jakarta. The shopping there as well. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you because
What?
every time I go to Indo, guys, it's always with family and for family. And everyone always tells me going to Indo with your friends is a completely different experience.
We have to.
Even though you didn't go with your friends, but the
I
people
went-
who you
yeah.
with were like fun. But yeah, tell us your experience of going out in Indo. The nightlife in Indo, Jakarta at least.
The nightlife, it's not like different. What I realize is it's the party life. What do you expect? I think the security guards are more helpful than the security guards in Australia.
How so?
No, I'm being serious.
Yeah, that's so random.
Random.
No, because like when a drunk person is passed out in Australia,
They
the
just
security
leave
guard
them.
wants them to kick them out. But in Indonesia, like they want you to stay or look after you.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
that's cute.
They look after you in the club, make sure you're fine, and if you're fine to continue, then it's like, okay, go for another drink.
Yeah, yeah.
They just make sure that you're like healthy, like fine, and
That you're having a good time.
good time. Exactly.
Yeah.
The drinks are quite cheap,
Really?
much cheaper
They
than
would be.
Yeah, definitely much cheaper. In terms of like Indonesia is quite religious, especially a Muslim majority. There is some that go into the club and wear hijab, which is quite,
Really?
which
Yeah,
is quite,
it's quite common.
yeah, it's quite,
didn't know
It's quite
that.
common.
yeah.
Has that never happened to you before?
I've never been out in November. This is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. This is why we have to go.
No, like from my experience, it was quite odd.
Did they
That
like
would be
solar
odd.
in the
Huh? No,
sorry.
no, definitely not. No, but just seeing it.
They bring them all knives. Oh my god! Don't hate me, guys. Oh my god!
As I was saying, no.
Just like pump it louder and then assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Yeah, so I just found it very odd, just like seeing them dancing around in hijabs and just getting drinks. It's just like, for me, like, well, technically I'm not meant to be drinking because I'm Muslim myself, but just seeing them wearing a hijab in the clubs and
Jobs in the club. Right. Hello and wild.
oh yeah, I just
See them
like,
drinking Ed Zamzam.
Sam.
no, but
That's holy water. It's holy water.
but besides that, no, like I think that's my favorite part of going to Indonesia, and also the shopping part as well, because they have the latest clothing wear in the shopping mall. And if you ever gone to an Asian shopping mall, specifically in Indonesia, they're fucking massive. Like compared to Pitt Street Mall.
Yeah. Like the biggest one I've seen was there was a roller coaster in there.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And you hear
Yeah.
They have that rocking boat
Yeah.
inside.
they
It's
go
just
all
There's
out.
theme
Yeah.
parks in their malls,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah,
Ice skating rinks.
That's so common.
Yeah.
Aduh.
Pikiran kita sama.
But yeah,
thinking the same.
you think like in Australia, oh, these malls are freaking big. Go to Indonesia.
Nah,
Like, oh.
what is it? Chadston? Has
Chadston
nothing
in Melbourne,
on,
yes.
Nothing on
compared to
Indo.
Indonesia,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, that's just my experience. All my favorite places.
My favorite place is actually Aceh, or should I say Banda Aceh. So if you guys remember, it was the place that was like heavily hit by the
Yeah.
tsunami a couple of
Yeah.
years ago. But yeah, that was a crazy experience because just seeing how they've been able to kind of redevelop and stuff like that. Like the first trips points that they took us to it was like this huge field, and it was like, I guess it was a burial site, but it was like there was no tombstones or gravestones, and it was basically people who they couldn't identify, or people who didn't have like, I like how it's changed so quickly.
I'm
the tone
I don't know why.
Sorry. What? Because I know what he said. The tone changed so quickly.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
okay.
but that was
Okay.
like, I think that's
From drinking Chubby drinking Ed Zamzam to this.
yeah. But I have a lot of family there, so that was really cool that I've never met. So I really liked Aceh. They have really nice, like, I went to a place called Bulawae, which is like, I don't know, like, but we stayed in a remote, it looked like a remote island where it was like the water was blue and the sand was white. And I don't know if you guys know this, Aceh is one of those places in Indo, I think one of the only, where they follow like strict Islamic law.
Yes.
So when I went there, I was told I had to wear like, it wasn't a proper hijab, but just like something to cover your hair. And I wasn't allowed to wear like tight clothing. Everything had to be loose. So that was interesting for me. But I also liked Jogja. Have you guys been to Jogja?
Oh yes,
Jogja,
Jogja.
Jogja's really nice. I love how like they're so in touch with the traditional culture.
Yes.
Like they're so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really chill over there.
It has all the temples as well.
Yeah. Prambanan and I think it's Borobudur.
Borobudur, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So that's a pretty cool place too. Is there anywhere that you guys like really want to go to that you haven't been able to visit yet?
I think there was this, I forgot the name of the island. It's right next to Bali.
There's a lot actually.
lot
Even
of
though we're
islands.
trying
But
to say that
there's another one that is quite
like,
famous.
Lombok?
Yes, Lombok.
I
Yes.
really want to
Yeah.
go there too. I've heard so many good things about Lombok. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Gili Islands.
I've heard that's really
And-
good too.
And like
yeah.
Komodo Island.
Yes,
Like
that's
Nadia's
my number
been
one.
to all of
That's
them.
like
Nadia's
my
my older sister. And
Nadia's
she's-
been to Komodo.
Yeah, she went with my cousins. And just from the footage that she's taken, it's She says like the water's amazing. You can see
Yeah.
like the volcano as well, and
That's so cool.
they were trying to track down like black rhino. Was it black rhinos? I don't know if they're in Indonesia, but some sort of rare rhino that's like near extinction, and they were following footprints of it. It's really
That's where the Komodo dragon is as well.
Yeah.
Which is extinct.
yeah.
They have Pink
They're
Beach.
extinct.
I mean, aren't they on
No,
the
no,
verge
they're
of
not.
extinction?
I think they are. They're very endangered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have Pink Beach there as well, where it's
Really?
like, yeah, the sand is like pink. Have you guys seen photos? It's really nice.
I didn't know that was in.
Yeah, it's
there.
in Komodo, Iceland.
Iceland.
Iceland. No, I was trying to say island in a funny way. Never mind. Anyway, another thing I thought would be interesting for us to talk about, especially for people who haven't been to Indonesia, is the biggest cultural differences that we find in comparison to Australia. Is there any that you guys kind of stick out to you? The one that I was thinking of was how they really like to use honorifics there. So no matter who it is, you have to address, or it's the polite way to address people with mbak or mas.
Oh yeah.
Oka.
Oka, yeah. And like that's anyone, right? So like a retail assistant or like your driver, your supir. Which is interesting because over here I feel like so awkward, especially when I got to uni, to say to a really old man his first name. I didn't want to be like, hey Bill on the email. I wanted to be like Deep Up Bill or like
Hey Jono.
yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, was there any others that you guys
I
could think of?
Yeah, that was weird for me as well because in high school we also, because it was mainly a Turkish culture, we had to refer to teachers as hocam.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that was like a bigger shock to try and shift and call people by their first name in
Hajam?
uni. Hocam.
Hocam.
That means like teacher.
Yeah.
That's what we address them as.
So
But yeah.
yeah. Any other cultural
I don't think it's a cultural difference, but I think the way they
Whoops. Yeah.
it's just the way like their daily lives, like how they take a shower, they have to go to a shop just to buy a bottle of water or something like that.
Yeah, that's an interesting
Yeah.
one. How
Yeah.
they get water.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
in the
how
big-
you can't drink the big
What are they called? Gallon.
yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
It's like it's like a water dispenser, and you've got to buy the water in the big tub thingies.
yeah, or they buy like those cup waters where
Or the
you-
little ones where
yeah.
you like smash the
Smash,
the,
yeah,
the
yes, yes.
straw in. Because Indonesian water you don't want to be
You
drinking.
don't
out
drink
of
it.
No,
the
At
tap.
all.
do not
No.
drink that. Yes.
Fun tip.
Yeah, it's just basically their daily lives and how they go about. Basically, it's just like when I was young, I was like, "Oh, this is a bit different. Oh, that's different."
Yeah.
And I remember like, because my family they were quite middle class, but then again they had like a servant still. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one
that's
to mention.
something, Yeah, pembantu. So
Yeah.
pembantu meaning like a helper.
your helper, yeah,
And usually they're quite poor.
yeah, they're quite poor.
But
yes.
pretty much every family in
Every
Indonesia-
family had one.
Pretty
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
hires them to help out with the house
Yeah.
and pay them and everything. Yeah, and you know what's really funny is that people like that know my sister would tell her, "How do you do it? How do you take care of your child without a pembantu, without a helper?" Like I wouldn't be able to survive in Australia. And I'm like, mate,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? It's like the especially Jakartians. I would say people in Jakarta are very, very dependent.
On
Yeah,
them.
they are.
Yes,
Helpers.
definitely.
Yeah.
They can't live without them. Like they can't do the shopping without them. You've got drivers as well, people who drive around for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. There is a lot of help.
You just hire people to do.
And you
Yeah.
think when I was there, you think like, oh wow, they are rich.
Yeah,
because
but
you don't expect helpers here in Australia.
yeah, you
so
don't.
yeah, that was like a big shock to me when I was young. But yeah.
Yeah. We were also talking about it earlier how we find Indonesians are very, especially like even the ones here, but especially the ones in Indo, it's themselves. They're very they'll kind of just say whatever comes to their head.
Yes,
So like
yes.
I'll meet like my auntie's friend who I haven't seen in a couple of years, but like I barely know the girl, and she'll be like, "Oh my god, you look so fat now. What's happened?" Or like,
Wow.
yeah, it's just like that. I'm sure that's something you wouldn't be used to, especially over
Yeah,
here.
definitely. Like me, whenever I go visit family, it's like, oh my god, you're still skinny. Why are you not muscular like your brothers? I'm like, oh my god, jeez.
I get the opposite. It's like you've gotten fatter.
Yeah, I always get that, man.
And I'm like, bro, fuck you.
Literally. And I tell my parents, like, I'm like, why do Indos do that? Like, don't they know I have
just
feelings?
culture.
It's
But I mean,
culture,
they
yeah.
always say that's just how they are.
It's
You
just
just
how
gotta.
they are.
But they've been
brush
honest.
it
They've
off.
been honest. Is like they're
Yeah.
not trying to be mean to you.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
they're
sit
not.
like they're observing.
Yeah.
So
But
Yeah,
still,
that's true.
they
they're
should
still
be saying that.
yeah.
But
They
that's
should
why
technically they
it's
shouldn't be
cultural.
dating. Yeah.
Difference. Yeah.
That's why people have low self-esteem there, because you get people that are constantly judging you. And then it's just like,
It's like saying to someone, like, "Oh, you're still poor." It's like
No, but actually in Indo, like when they talk about rich and poor, they're very into that thing.
Yeah.
Like they're very
They
judgmental
are.
when it comes to your wealth in Indo, for sure.
it's like you have to find a wealthy family.
Yeah. Like, you know how many Sinatrons are based on that storyline?
Oh.
Where it's like, the rich guy marrying the
Sinatrons.
poor girl.
Sinatrons are like soap
Oh, sorry.
operas,
Yeah.
and they're
Indos.
very dramatic.
They're so chat. They really are. They
They're
should
really
be part of
chat.
the chat fam. Yeah.
We should be in a soap opera.
Can you imagine
Just
asking
start
the
slapping
Sinatron?
each other, and then it replays 10 times.
Or getting hit by cars and just looking at it for 10
and then
minutes.
you see like pink blood coming out.
Pink blood. The sounds as well, they're like delayed. Anyway, how about things that we love about Indo? Because there's a lot, right? Number one thing for me that comes to mind is food.
Oh, definitely
man,
food.
yes.
Not only is it so freaking cheap, it's everywhere at any time. Whatever you want, it's so accessible.
It's basically 24/7.
24/7.
Like you wake up and you hear these bells going out, and then you go outside your house and people are pushing their
Yes.
carts. Yeah.
Like they've got different
Yeah.
cuisines of like Indonesian cuisines. Oh my god,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, that's basically it. Really.
Do you guys have like
That's it,
favorite just food? Do you guys have favorite places to share of like things you like to eat? Come on, Jayco. We love Jayco.
Jayco.
Jayco donuts.
It's like Krispy Kreme, basically.
better.
It's like
I reckon
I
they're
think
better.
better, and the
Yeah.
reason why is because I can eat more of them because
'Cause
they're
it's
not
so
too sweet.
Oh, okay.
They're like a good balance, and just the flavors. Oh my god!
My
Jayco,
favorite is
man.
it's white chocolate and it's got peanut butter inside. It's so freaking good.
Actually,
Oh my God.
McDonald's.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the
You know what?
difference.
Fast
Yeah.
foods.
Fast
Fast foods
foods,
in
yeah.
general. Indonesia has a lot of the American fast food chains, like Popeyes.
Yes.
Carl's Jr.
Yes, Carl's Jr.
Wendy's. And I
Awe.
remember when I started
A&W.
A&W American Way.
Yeah.
And I remember first visiting Indonesia where I wasn't like a baby or a toddler. Oh, I was obsessed. I would always try, me and my older sister Nadia would always try and go to every single fast food restaurant
Yeah.
and try something new on the
That's the
menu.
same.
You and when we have nasi with all of the foods there, which
Yeah.
is rice, in
Yeah.
KFC you'll get like wrapped
rice burger,
rice.
pretty much.
Just wrapped rice, and you open it up, and then you buy chicken and you eat it together.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I
with the
think
sambal too.
every fast food restaurant had like chicken. Even with Macca's,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
chicken,
yeah.
always
Yeah.
chicken. And I feel like that's the reason why I'm so obsessed with chicken, because that's what we eat only.
Chicken is good.
Pizza Hut is lit in Indo. Have you
yes.
guys had Pizza Hut?
I've never
It's
tried
so
Pizza
you
Hut.
have to every time I go to Indo, I have to have it.
Really?
It's so I don't know why. I just maybe because like there's no like good.
I always have to have
joints.
Wendy's.
Wendy's. What's Wendy's again? Oh yeah, Wendy's. Yeah.
Oh, the mushroom burger that they have. Oh my god.
Not the ice
Oh, man,
cream
I'm
place.
hungry now.
I know. I'm
no,
really
not the ice cream place.
no, not Wendy's. The pink.
The one that roasts everyone on Twitter.
Do they roast people on Twitter?
Yeah, Wendy's is known on Twitter to roast heaps of people, and they're really comedic on the platform.
Ah.
I don't know who writes it, but
So this is a really random thing that I love about Indo. In restaurants, they always have a wastafel anywhere. So like a place where you can wash your hands. It's so handy.
I was like figuring out what is
wastafel?
So like you don't have to go to the toilet. There's just a sink there, and you can wash your hands.
We just looked at each other like, what is this chick talking about?
Get out of the way.
But yeah, isn't that cool?
yeah.
That's a
So-
unique thing that
Yes,
you don't see
yes.
here.
Yeah, you'll get up and there's like separate sinks around the whole restaurant where you can get up and wash
And
your
it's
hands.
usually
got soap.
it's usually in like in a fancy place, like it's next to a
Doesn't even
waterfall.
have to be.
But that's what
No,
I,
you get even really chat, but like they're not chat in a way where it's just
yeah,
like the food's still good,
Still-
but like not like five. It doesn't have to be a 5-star restaurant to have the waterfalls.
Yeah, they always have a
You
sink
call
to wash your hands. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
That's
Because in
pretty
Indo,
good.
it's like
That is
dirty,
good.
so it's good.
That is good.
Yeah. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about Gojek because I feel like Indo started that, right?
Indo started it, man.
Na, na, na. If any Indos out there know that show, then yeah, just email us.
Oh, is that a show? Oh, wait, no, I think I know.
Oh,
that.
Jack and a man. Oh, yeah, Jack. I don't
So,
know.
like, for Australia, why don't I know this? Excuse me.
Yeah, Gojek started it. Gojek started Uber Eats. Uber Eats.
Yeah, exactly. So Australia, we just got introduced, I feel like recently, to Uber Eats and Menulog and whatever, all those food delivery services. But in Indo, it's been there since I can remember. Like,
Since I can remember.
But,
Exactly.
but it's not just food. You can get massages.
Yes.
Get
You can
food
get people to
delivered.
do your groceries for you. Food delivered. Wow.
not only can you get your food delivered, you can get your food delivered.
We're so slugging each other. We're always pointing out the stupid shit we say.
Yeah.
But basically everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And getting
masseuses.
around. Like,
Getting
you're
around. You
always
can. It
on
basically Gojek is Ojek. Ojek is how would you describe it? Like a taxi, but on a motorbike. That's what Ojek
Yeah.
means.
Sometimes you'll see a whole family on there.
Yeah.
Because,
So like you want to
Yeah.
hail an Ojek basically, like instead of hailing a cab,
yeah.
and go. So you're on the go. So Gojek and
Gojek. Yeah.
bro, they're the best.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually really
I remember
convenient
I was
to have.
so sick one day and I did Ojek for a masseuse and she came to my hotel room
Oh, really?
and massaged me and I
That's
felt so
so
much better
cool.
afterwards. Yeah.
I've never gotten the massage.
Yeah. And you can like pay by cash card, whatever. So good. So good. Oh my
So
God.
convenient.
Yeah. Well, on the opposite, things we love, things we hate. We had a very lengthy conversation about how much we hate jongkok toilets in Indo.
Oh no, don't
So-
talk about it.
No, I feel like we need to tell people why we hate it so
can't.
much.
Cringing so hard.
It's
I
like
can't
the
do
biggest
it.
pet peeve ever that we all have, and I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of Aussies.
I have got the biggest fear of toilets. You don't understand when I'm not kidding you when I say I close my eyes.
What if you- that's gonna make you fall
I
in
do
even-
this so I can see at least where I'm going, but everything's
I think that's
blurred,
everyone.
So I don't need to. No, normal toilets. Even in my
Oh,
own toilet, I
okay.
do that. I've got like a weird fear of toilets. I just can't do. Oh, I can't. I'm not. I can't talk about
Your
it.
home one. So wait, can you describe what a jongkok toilet is?
It's basically wet, moist, and you just
No, stop.
These words are already horrible that you're using.
It's basically you have to squat.
Do you know what jongkok means?
You just said it.
You just
Squat.
said it.
Oh, squat. Okay.
Ore, Indo word for the day, jongkok.
That's so ugly.
So basically, you have to squat to do a shit. So
Or pee.
Or
pee.
pee.
And it usually doesn't flush, so you have to have a bucket of like
Yeah,
water
you flush
to
it yourself.
flush it down. Oh, that's so disgusting.
Can I paint a mental picture for you? Especially for the ladies, right?
Okay.
When we need to pee, the floor is 100% always wet and dirty, right? You need to take your pants off, but you need to take it to a level that it's not
Yeah.
going to touch the floor because it's over for you if it does.
Imagine going to a club.
What? It would be gross. Hey? That
Yeah,
would be
because you have to wear a dress
disgusting.
and.
Oh, yeah, with the heels and yeah, no.
That would be disgusting.
So the chances of you falling in are just really horrible. In Indo bathrooms, I just got shivers all over. Indo bathrooms in general are just like my biggest pet peeve. I don't know.
Because the
about you.
toilet doesn't work at all. There's no-
The lighting is always
light is
dim.
dim.
It's so dark in Indo toilets. I don't know why they don't want to.
the ceilings are quite
Man,
high.
toilets are chat, bro. I can't.
Can you explain what a gayung is? How to use a gayung? So in some Indo, yeah, to explain what a gayung is.
Yeah. So gayung is the little, like a little plastic bucket that you use. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That they're usually like the colorful cheap plastic.
They're
ones.
really colourful. Yeah, why?
From my experience,
I
pink.
remember my one was green with like little flowers on it.
They're always very festive because it's a horrible chat thing. Anyway, yeah.
And then you usually have a whole bucket of water that you not empty, but fill. That's the word that you pre-fill. You put the gayung in and you smack it down, or like into the toilet to put the poop through the pipes. Oh my god, it's disgusting.
It's also a method of showering.
And it's a method of showering.
Yeah.
So like you're done with that and then you go to the corner of that room and you shower in the same room.
the same room.
It's disgusting.
The same drain.
I don't understand. But luckily for me, I'm very privileged that wherever I stay in Jakarta is not like that.
Yeah.
They've upgraded to showers now.
Same
But
as
back in the days we did have to, but the toilets, we usually didn't have the jongkok toilets in where you shower. It'd be a separate room. So you'd have like a seated normal toilet, and then on the other side of the bathroom you'd have the gayung and the bucket, and you'd shower there. And we used to have cold water.
Yeah, it's always cold water.
Yeah, but luckily, after we upgraded, we've got normal showers.
Yeah. I actually had a fear of gayung, like using the gayung back in the day, because at my grandma's house, I had a literal fear because it was in a huge sink. So the water, it was a huge sink and it was filled with water. I was scared to look inside because I just thought something was going to like grab me. Like, I don't know. It was just a horrible fear.
It's like the sink coming out of the wall, right?
Those ones. It's like a laundry sink, basically.
Yeah.
And
It's like dark
imagine.
inside as
yeah,
well.
so you don't know what's in there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you like feel like someone's
Yeah.
gonna attack me. So yeah, I would shower like in like 2 seconds because I just wanted to get in and out of it. I was doing these ones like looking back, making sure no one was around while I'm showering because I'm so scared. Oh my god. We briefly talked about it earlier, but another thing that I hate about Indo is the chances of you getting sakit perut, which is a stomach ache, is very, very high.
I think that's with most third world countries.
True. True. And it's not just water. It's like anything that you eat that hasn't been prepared well.
Or for me, it'd be seafood.
Oh, seafood always
Like,
hits you.
if I do have to have fish or seafood, it'd have to be deep fried. It can't be boiled. Oh, the worst experience I had was with clams. It's a place called 2 kilo clams, where they put
Such a tongue twister.
2 kilos of clams right in front of you
Wow.
and you just eat. And that was the worst night of my life. That was when I had to gojek the masseuse to my hotel
'cause
room.
You were sick from the clam.
Because the whole night I couldn't sleep
Damn
till 6
clams.
a.m. because I was vomiting and I clogged up the shower because I couldn't make it to the toilet. It was just clam. Clam
it
chowder.
was clammed,
It was
get
clam
it? Like
chowder.
jammed, but clam. Traffic's a horrible one. Do you guys have any
bad.
horrible traffic stories? Like needing to pee or poo?
I
Make sure
had
you
a
pee or poo.
time-
Before you go on the
Oh,
road
okay.
in Indo, because it will take you like half an hour minimum to get anywhere.
Somewhere where you can get there in half an hour would take us 2 hours.
Yeah, literally.
And that was a time where, for some reason, our car's air conditioning stopped working.
Oh no.
And I was in the
You
back
open the window
seat.
to get fresh air? No fresh
And I
air.
was dying. I couldn't do it. In Jakarta weather, fuck
Yeah,
that.
that's another horrible thing,
Yeah.
weather. That moment when
Weather.
you step off the plane and you know you're in
Yeah,
Indo.
it's
Yeah,
like
humidity.
Humidity just
Yeah.
blasts
You're just like,
you.
oh,
Get
I'm in
ready
Indo.
for it. You've got to wear clothes that are appropriate for hot weather. But in the plane, you bring like a jacket,
Yeah.
and then you're ready to take that off because it's never gonna be cold in Indonesia.
No, you're like you shower. There's no point showering because you just sweat
No.
all the
That's
time.
why we usually shower 2 times a day, 3
Yeah.
times a day in Indonesia.
And that's why everyone's like indoors or in shopping mall
Yeah,
because
shopping
Yes.
malls. Yeah.
for aircon. So
Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that I actually really hate about Indo is their obsession with the supernatural. Because I believe
get
if you
scared?
believe in it that much, it's going to be there. So like
Yeah.
I have a fear of sleeping alone. I cannot sleep by myself
You
in
can't
Indo.
sleep alone in Indo?
No way.
Actually, no,
Someone's
I
gonna eat
can't.
me.
I
No.
can't.
See?
no.
Someone's going to possess me, honestly. I hate
Unless I'm very very tired, then I would go to sleep straight away.
I can't. I
Nah,
actually can't sleep by
can't.
myself.
But
But wouldn't you wake up and be like, shit, I'm by myself?
that's true.
Yeah.
That's why I just ran. I just run out of the bedroom
Yeah.
and just like I'm back.
I can't.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Another thing that I feel like people would hate, but I don't think it's something that we hate, is every morning you will hear some kind of adhan or roosters because mosques are
Just
literally-
noisy.
So you'll definitely always be surrounded by noise.
You'll always
in
be
Indo.
awake by 7 a.m.
Yeah, for subuh time. Yeah.
So, anyway, did you explain what adhan means?
Oh, sorry.
So, adhan is like call for prayer.
Yeah.
So, the regional mosques they pretty much have like megaphones and they'll call for prayer. And it's loud.
It's very loud.
Especially during Ramadan time where we fast. People literally come out
with the drum.
with a drum and the little small gong, and then they'll literally just be smacking that to wake everyone up.
Yeah.
Bloody hell! But I've never been in Indonesia during
Ramadan.
No.
Yeah, I can't imagine fasting in Indo because it's too hot.
I can't.
I'd be so thirsty all the
so
time.
hot.
Yeah, props to
Yeah.
those in Indo.
Props.
Do you guys have any? Well, I mean, I hope we've informed you guys, and I mean, despite all those hate things about Indo,
Mosquitoes.
It's really, oh yeah. Mosquitoes are pretty.
Mosquitoes are bad. I hate that too.
And you can literally, there's a type of mosquito in Indo that can kill you. It's
What?
Yeah, the denam bedara, like.
Oh,
you know
the
how you
ones
can get
that oh my god.
There's a word for
That
it.
malaria, isn't it? Malaria?
Yeah.
Malaria.
That's
I feel
Well,
like
that's anywhere else.
I feel like
so-
Indonesian mosquitoes are okay than Australian mosquitoes
What?
because you don't hear them. They're quiet.
Yeah, but they're gonna bite you anyway.
Yeah, but here, if you hear them in Australia, and
I
it's
hate
very
mosquitoes
annoying.
in general.
Yeah.
I will hunt
Maybe-
them down.
Yeah. Autan, man.
Autan.
Sofel.
So, I don't think. No, they probably do. But Autan was like it's cream.
Yeah, it's like
or
insect
mosquito
repellent. Yeah.
But we didn't have like, what's it called here? Aerogard.
Oh yeah.
It's like a spray. But you know what they do? For kids, I've never seen it before, but it's colourful little stickers that you put on your kids on like your back, and they're insect repellents.
I never heard of this. Is it
I've
safe?
never heard of it either. It's safe. Like you just put it on your child's back, and they're running around with like a yellow dot on the back. But it's an
That's so
insect
random.
repellent. And we used to
Wow.
do it on Ashanti, and she wouldn't get bit. So I don't know how it
Ashanti.
works. But yeah, they've got
Well, there you
heaps
go.
of different products for insect repellent.
Yeah,
because there's way
because
too
there's
many
so many.
mosquitoes
So
there.
make sure you're prepared for mosquitoes. But yeah, I hope we have informed you as best as we can about Indo. Do you guys have any like last, final, funny, memorable moments? I wanted to bring up that I also have a fear in Indo of ordering food because I don't know how to say things.
Oh.
So like, you know how in like over here you go, "Hi, can I please have a Big Mac?" How do you say that in Indo? They don't have a word for like, "Please, can I please?" So I just always get someone else to order for me.
You just say like Big Macnya satu. Like you just say what you want and then how many you want, and then you
But
just
see,
keep going.
you know how like doesn't
And then
it
as
sound?
long as you say makasih at the end.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, doesn't it sound mean?
No,
It's just
because you say makasih ya mas. Like it's like thanks, yeah.
yeah. That's like,
That sounds so rude, but we don't mean to be rude.
Makasih ya.
Just say please in English.
Also, boleh pesen Big Mac, please? I sound so scared.
Don't take advice from him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Is that how you order? He just goes. No, he goes up. Please.
Please, satu, makan,
Minum,
mandi,
please, please.
Cebok. Di mana?
where, cebok.
Yeah.
Bakso, please.
Oh my goodness.
So bad.
Do you have? You would have funny memories in Indo. Come on, tell us at least one that you can think of.
I can't think of any.
Any miscommunications with like the language barrier?
I always get my mum,
Yeah,
my
to
parents
talk
to
for you,
talk,
hey?
but
Same.
no, I can't think of any. Yeah.
What a dumbass.
He's probably his going out ones were
Yeah.
good.
We can talk about that later.
Okay. What about your Bali trip? You didn't really talk about that.
It was good. It was the first trip that I've had with other than family.
Family, yeah.
Yeah. It was a really good experience. I probably wouldn't say anything particularly really funny happened. It's just that I remember that was probably one of the best clubbing moments because drinks are cheap. But we'll go into, like what Mirza said, we'll probably go into more detail in another episode. But
I don't know what that means.
What is that?
What is that?
Makasih ya udah.
Aduh, makasih ya semuanya.
Yeah. Thank you. You
Yeah.
translate. Thank you.
What did we just say?
Huh?
What did we just say?
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
No, okay. That's
Is that all? I don't know what we said. Once Corona's over, book a trip to Indonesia. Truly Asian. No, that's Malaysia. Never mind.
Please follow us on Instagram on the Chat Fam official YouTube channel, the
Link
Chat
will
Fam.
be here. I've
or
always wanted to do that.
email us on the
Where
Chat
will the
Fam
link be?
official at gmail.com.
Yes.
But yeah,
And what's your name?
Oi,
Oi,
my name's Amirza.
and I'm Sam.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.